Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You some lucky bastards today. You're watching GoTarryn TV with Kenny Starmaker Bolin.
This is Chris the Prince Bolin from OVW in the Bolin Alley, and I am telling you to listen to GoTarryn TV.
Go lay down. Oh, they're gonna get a side of Kenny Bolin they don't normally get today.
Uh-oh.
Trying to screw my damn food order up. My labbies have just gone out. Now they're barking at anything that pulls up outside. Good God. Go lay down. They haven't barked all damn day. They wait for the show to start. Now they want to bark. Good Lord. Yeah, sit up here and behave for crying out loud. Oh, yeah, now you give me kisses. Daddy's stressed. Daddy's stressed.
I think
all right, for the sake of time, we better get this thing going.
Hey, we ought to just start right from there. I think that was a great way to begin the show right there.
If it was recording, I don't care. Shit, let it air. Was it recording?
It sure was, yeah.
Good. There's a goddamn start of the show, everybody. Hello, my name's Kenny Bolin, and I'm having a miserable fucking day. What's the language on this show? Little late to be asking now, isn't it?
You call the shots, my man. Yeah, this is the uncensored version. So,
fans, you all know me well. Most of you do, and most of you know that I try to get by with spending as little goddamn money as I can possibly get by with. And I catered out my Superbowl party today. Well, the first thing that happens was the general manager of Qdoba, who promised me she would be there today and was going to take care of everything, no charge. My son shows up there to pick up all the food, and of course she's not there. She's had a family emergency. Well, she's got a family emergency now, I'll tell you that, because if I can find where she's at. So I had to call up there, intimidate the shift manager, the lowly shift manager, who apparently has the power to do nothing.
Oh.
So he had to track down manager Tina. He had to track her down to get things straightened out, and finally, we're being loaded up with a bunch of free food to bring over here for the Super Bowl party today. Because if I'd had to reach in my pockets, and feed these ingrates that are coming over here today, I wouldn't have been happy about it. And then my dog, who hadn't barked all goddamn day, decides when the show starts, well, hell, let's bark at whoever. There's a piss ant on the sidewalk. I'll bark at that. Daddy, there's a piss ant. Run. He's a protector. He takes care of me. Right, Two-Cow? That's my dog, Two-Cow. Now, Misty doesn't bark a whole lot unless Two-Cow barks. So this might be the strangest opening to a podcast show you've ever had in your life. I'm glad, Tarryn. This is my first show with you, right?
This is the very first time, yes.
I've done a boatload of shows since 2000, maybe 6, 7, or 8, whenever the hell I started doing podcasts, and it's hard for me to keep up with everybody I've done a show for, but I did not think we have done one. So that was one reason I wanted to make sure we got this done for you today. There's been a lot of controversy going on. On all my Bill Apter shows, we pissed off the Cena fans. We pissed off the Randy Orton fans. We pissed off the Brock Lesnar fans, which I didn't know there even were any. And what do you do? But they have been 3 of Bill Apter's highest rated shows he's ever done, and even got heat on Bill Apter. Bill Apter said he's never had heat a day in his life, and now they're mad at him for even having me on the shows. Some fans, not all. Obviously, we wouldn't be doing it anymore if it was that bad. But some fans were not happy with the truth, which, folks, is all I tell. I mean, I got nothing to hide. I'm not trying to get. I've been on disability for 3 years now. I couldn't work for the WWE if they showed up here with $1 million contract other than to commentate. I could not physically get around. Now, maybe after I have my upcoming surgery, maybe a year from then I could possibly. But, this is a young man's game. I will be, by the time I'm physically capable to even do that again, I'd be 57 or 58. And no offense to those hangers-on. So, and I hate to call Lawler a hangers-on because the son of a bitch still looks about 40 years old. But the Lawlers and the Flairs and those that can seemingly do this forever, I am not one of those. Jerry Lawler still takes bumps 2 or 3 nights a week.
Oh.
At age 66.
Oh my God!
Now I'll be the first to tell you he don't take many bumps. And he hadn't took many in a long time, but he still does take them. And that's more than you'd catch my ass doing at this age, and especially at this weight. So hopefully we'll drop some pounds here over the next year or so. Pretty good chances I may be moving to the Philippines to be with my girlfriend, because we're having difficulties getting her here on a full-time basis. And so we may go there and live for a year or two.
Oh, wow.
And then come back here, because it's very cheap to live over there. But I have enough money saved that I can live for the rest of my life here if I'm smart. I can go to the Philippines and live like a fucking fool and still have plenty of money left. And so I may opt to do that. Just go there and be a goddamn idiot and live a rock's throw from the ocean. Now if I can avoid all the typhoons, the monsoon season, the power outages, and Ferdinand Marcos coming back into power, and Imelda buying up all the shoes in the Philippines, I'll be fine. There's some history for you. Go Google that, you assholes. Look up Imelda Marcos and shoes and see what you come up with. Do your history, for crying out loud. I'm in a mood today, man. I don't know what kind of show you're going to get. I'm in a mood today. You're going to get a show maybe like most others haven't got. The Bolin Alley would love to have this show.
Absolutely.
Opening up with cussing out the dog and pissed off at free food not being sent to you on time, and no calls from my son. So apparently everything's going smoothly over there, because the prince don't like paying for food either. He's spoiled. He hadn't paid for a meal in 28 years. He wouldn't know what it felt like. So.
Oh, my goodness.
So I guess I ought to let you ask a question or two. You asked me to be on your show. I'm going to trust that you've heard some of my other shows before. I take it you have.
Absolutely.
You kind of know what I've talked about and what I haven't. So I'm going to trust you to have some new questions that maybe I've never answered before.
Okay, good. Well, let's.
And then you say, "Well, you stupid fuck, I answered that last week," and I won't be mean. I'm just, when I say stupid fuck, I mean that in a nice way. Not the way Jimmy Cornette would mean it. Well, we talk about a guy with some heat. How about Cornette? Who is he not pissed off lately?
Oh, my God.
God damn. The Muslims hate him. The Luchas hate him. Mark Jindrak hates him. Mark Jindrak did hate me, but apparently I pummeled him into submission. I shouldn't say that, but I did. But I got back at him a few times, and he waved the white flag.
Oh,
so they asked us to bury the. Did you see? You're on Twitter, right?
Yes, I am.
Did you see what I said to Jindrak when Jimmy Cornette agreed to bury the hatchet?
No. Please share. What did you say on that?
Can you bring up on Twitter where Mark? I want you to bring it up. See where Coleone waves the white flag, says no mas.
All right. So you tweeted at him and at then Jim Cornette. If Mark could act, he would be in the WWE instead of witness protection in Mexico.
Right.
And he says,
see if you can get to the point where he waves the white flag.
Let's see here.
And he wishes us luck and hopes that we'll have the class to do the same for him.
Now I can't find.
And then that's where you will see Jimmy chime in and agree to bury the hatchet.
Oh, okay.
So basically, he says, let's wave the white flag. I'm going to move on.
Okay.
The only one benefiting from this are the fans. It's a shame that three people of our level are fighting like this. And then Jim Cornette shockingly agrees and says, "Okay, Mark Jindrak, you started this, but I'll finish it. I'll accept you waving the white flag, and we'll just move on. I'll bury the hatchet, but I have no control over Bolin." So I stated, I said, well, if Jimmy's willing to bury the hatchet, I can bury it deeper and longer than Jimmy can, just like I did with his ex-wives. I said, it's just like sex with Jimmy's ex-wives. I can bury it deeper and longer than he can. And so that got a few retweets going, and that may have put an end to the Marco Coleone, Jim Cornette, Kenny Bolin three-way dance, which many of the fans were chiming in on as well. And no, actually, to be all honest about it, I like Jindrak. I never had a problem with him. I think he misunderstood something I said on the Jim Cornette Experience, where Jimmy was bashing him and burying him, and then we had a side bet as to whether I could get Jindrak called up to the WWE or not. I'd been on quite a roll. I think I even had Orlando Jordan called up, which she would shock the shit out of me. And let me speed up my Louisville game here. Looks like we're going to lose with 14 seconds to go. The bitches are going to lose to Notre Dame. I call it bitch ball, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, our men's team has took a self-banning from the NCAA tournament because some players apparently bought prostitutes from a former coach named McGee.
Oh.
I can't think of McGee's first name, but apparently McGee was providing prostitutes to the Louisville Cardinal basketball team.
I think I heard this.
I have no doubt you did. It's been on the national news.
Yeah.
If it's a news organization, they've all been covering it. Shonda Shear, whatever her name is, she wrote a book talking about her and her 15 whores and her two daughters, underage daughters.
Oh my God!
Provided sex for the Louisville Cardinals, apparently back in our national championship year. And so all this has been coming to a head, no pun intended, since October. And just the other day, Louisville took a self-imposed ban from the NCAA tournament, which is going to cost the university an estimated $10 to $20 million, depending how far we would have advanced into the tournament. And our team is pretty good this year. We just beat number 1 North Carolina Monday night. And then Notre Dame followed that up with beating North Carolina apparently last night. So we must have shell-shocked their ass. They can't beat nobody now. Excuse my cough, guys. I've been dealing with a cough for the past few weeks. I never got a cold, never got a flu, never got sick of any kind. I just developed this damn cough that I can't seem to get rid of. If I hit a cough button every time I had to cough, then you guys wouldn't hear a damn word on this show. So I'm just going to have to ask you to deal with it the same way that I do. So there's the coughing explanation that I've had to do for like the last 5 shows I've done. And so where did we leave off at? We were talking about the Cardinals. The women are ranked 13th in the nation and almost beat number 3 Notre Dame today, but it didn't pan out.
Well, who do you have in the Super Bowl, Kenny?
I have Carolina and Denver playing. Who you got? Oh, you mean who do I expect to win? I thought maybe you had 2 teams in it I didn't know about. Thought maybe it was a 4-way dance or something.
Right.
No, I'm for Denver. I have to admit, I think Carolina is the better team.
Okay.
Probably the younger team, probably the stronger team. But they've had a tendency to get these big leads and then choke them away.
Okay.
Peyton Manning is a smart enough quarterback that he might be able to take advantage of that. My advice is that Denver needs to jump on them early, get in their heads. And I think if Denver could jump out maybe 14, 17-0, 17-3 and get in their heads a little bit and play some good defense, then you might rattle their cage a little. You let Carolina get out 14, 17, 21-0 like they've been doing, and their confidence is going to go through the roof. Peyton Manning's going to have to come from behind ball and throw on every down, and that is the last thing they want to do. So there's my analyzation of the game, and I got a feeling I'm going to be pretty close on that. But I am for Peyton Manning, even though I hate the SEC. I despise those bastards. But what have I got? I got 2 fucking SEC quarterbacks. I got Scam Newton, whose dad took a $250,000 payoff from Auburn to get his son to go there, and I don't think the school served 1 day of a penalty of any kind.
Oh my God!
But Louisville gets some pussy bought for them, and they want to shut the fucking school down. So you tell me. It tells me that buying $500 ass is a lot more expensive than getting a $250,000 payoff. That's what it's telling me. And I saw pictures of those 16 whores. There wasn't one of them that even my brother would have paid $20 for, and my brother will buy sex from about anything.
Oh God! I hope he's not listening.
He's not. He'd have to go through the trouble to figure out how to do that on the internet. So, but that's biscuits and gravy. He needs help with everything he does. He's kind of like a special needs child. The short bus used to pick him up for school, and he just thought it was a special bus. He didn't realize that's where all the stupid, well, I don't hate to call them stupid, special needs children. My brother was stupid. The other kids needed legit help. My brother was just stupid and lazy. But he only had half of the Bolin DNA though, and that was probably a lot of his problem.
Well, okay, so you told me who you got with the Super Bowl. What two candidates do you have in the presidential runoff in November? Who are we going to be seeing, and who do you got?
The presidential runoff, I think, by somehow, some way, even though she's got a lot of heat. Here's my view on this. I'm not the most political guy that ever lived. My son is.
Okay.
If my son were here, he would go off on a rant as to why Bernie would be the guy.
Okay.
And I don't have anything negative against Bernie. My problem is I think the presidency should be run like we run corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
Once you turn 65, take a payoff. Take a bow, tell everybody how great you were, and then go retire and go fishing somewhere or whatever it is you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anybody 77 years old with the temper that man has to be in control of the button.
Sure.
If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's my deal there. Now everyone tells me, well, he's anti-war, he's anti-this, he's the least worry we have about pushing the button.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, on top of that, he's Jewish. And I think my son is here. There you go. Get the dog barking. The prince is here. Don't hurt the dog. I'm on a podcast. This thing's probably being videoed.
I didn't hurt the
dog.
dog.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This animal abuse is going to be seen.
I moved him back.
Okay, you still there?
I'm here, Kenny.
Okay, you still there?
Yes.
I think the dog's disconnected us.
Oh, no worries.
Are you there?
I can see. Yeah. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Are you there, Tarryn?
Yes, I'm here, Kenny. I don't know if you could see me.
Hang on, Tarryn.
Yeah, no problem.
It's been a fucking day from hell already. Okay, Tarryn, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
The dog unplugged me. What I told you that was going to happen. I told you.
You predicted it.
Fucking dogs were just going to run the show. There's Chocodile. Chocodile can't come to see me. Hi, Chocodile. The dog unplugged my headset from my phone, so I'm terribly sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Am I coming through as clear as you are? You're crystal clear on my end.
Yeah, you're crystal clear as well. Absolutely.
Good and clear. Okay, yeah. This is the monster Intunes that I sell. I've only got a few sets of these left. They sell anywhere from $199 to $299, depending where you can find them at. I sell mine for $79.95, and they come with a built-in microphone, and you can plug them on either side of the ear of the headphone jack.
Oh, cool.
Most of them. Some of them you can, but most of them you can't.
Okay.
And they are just fantastic headphones, and it allows me to use the microphone. I don't have to sit back there by the computer and do this and that and move and adjust and try and get closer to the computer microphone. This way here, the microphone goes wherever I go.
Yeah, sure.
Crocodile giving me kisses. There's my baby. There you go. Give it daddy kiss. She's a little pit bull. She's a little pit bull that just loves people. And I think the only thing she hates is our maintenance man. But other than that, she gets along with most everybody.
Oh, that's cool.
She's a pretty cool dog.
Yeah. Cool.
Matter of fact, with the prince being here, I'm going to give you some bonus coverage. I'm on some medication that makes me go to the bathroom about every 15 to 20 minutes. And the prince is here, which I thought this show would be long wrapped up by the time he got here. So I'm going to let the prince, and I'm going to let you talk politics with the prince. And if you want to piss your audience off, at least half of them, I'm sure that he'll be able to. Now, he might be out there getting ready to fire the grill up, too. So, but we shall see. And of course, we're going to have guests getting here in a little bit and all that. But yeah, he brought his little pit bull with him today, which I was not expecting.
Oh,
and she's the most loving little dog that ever was. I'm a huge animal lover, especially dog lover. For those of you that don't know,
that's
a good thing. I can't walk into a rescue center because I'd try and take them all home with me. Not wise for me. Well, come on, dogs, let's go. We'll find homes. We'll treat you better than you're getting here. So I can't really do that. What other questions do you have? And I'll try and get another question or two answered for you before
yes.
I turn this over to the prince for a little bit.
Certainly. Okay. When is your next after shot? When are you going to be on the after?
Believe it or not, it's funny you asked that. We are going to talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
And we're either going to record tomorrow or we're going to record Tuesday.
Ah, okay.
And my guess is it'll be up by Wednesday at the latest, if not sooner.
Okay.
Because we haven't done one in a couple of months. He's been promoting his book. I've been promoting mine. Look out. I think that one needs to go to the bathroom while I'm on the show. For damn sure, because I got to go to the bathroom in a minute. Tarryn is a fantastic friend of mine. He's been a host of these podcasts. I've never done his show before, and he just asked me a political question, wanting to know what I thought of the race. And I think it's going to come down to Hillary and, God, as bad as I hate to say it, I think it's going to come down to Hillary and Trump, to be honest with you.
You're completely allowed to be wrong, and that's okay.
And so I told him that you were far more political than I am. So the microphone's hooked up here. Crystal clear connection. I'm going to let him talk politics with the Prince. And if Mio over there wants to chime in, that's fine too. And I'm going to go to the bathroom.
There we go.
Well, you're all entitled to your incorrect opinion, and that's fine, but I want you to know that you're wrong.
And if he wants to ask you anything wrestling, I'll let him do that.
Who do you have in the race, Tarryn?
Oh, gosh, it's a real crapshoot. I honestly, if you put a gun to my head, I would say it's probably Cruz against Hillary, but I don't know. I mean, I probably am dead wrong. I mean, I'm totally.
I'm closer to agreeing with you than him. I think that it's going to be Cruz against anyone the Democrats send out, and I think that Trump is going to run as a third party. I am pretty well convinced, and I have been since Trump announced his candidacy, that it's all a big work. Jeff Jarrett said when the powers that be came into WCW, it's all a big work. It's all a big scam. You know, you're looking in the wrong direction.
Sure.
And I think that's what all this is. I think that Trump has been a part of the Clintons for a long time. I think that Trump is at heart a pro wrestling bad guy, or that's what he's willing to do. He's been involved in it before. It's kind of his nature on The Apprentice.
Yeah.
And he's playing a character. He's playing a gimmick. If you're going to do a caricature of what a bad presidential campaign would be, you would do literally every single thing that Trump has done. And it's easier for people to think that Trump is winning because his minority is the most vocal. You see these loudmouth rednecks with Trump stickers on their truck and Obama and all this other shit that they put on there.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean they're actually the majority. And his performance in Iowa has proven that. He didn't win. And he lost by a pretty decent margin when you consider the sheer number of candidates that were on that ballot. And I think that he's only there to disrupt. And as soon as he is ruled out of the campaign, he is going to announce that he's going to be a third party. His minions who have been so vocal are going to vote for him come hell or high water. Cruz or Rubio, whoever ends up winning the Republican nomination, won't stand a chance of winning against it because it's going to split their base way too far.
Right. Yep.
And it wouldn't matter if the Democrats sent out the corpse of LBJ. It wouldn't matter who they sent up. It would get elected.
Yeah, you're right.
Just because they have a unified voting base. So, and that's honestly what I think the point of him is. Also, he can keep anything that he's given as a donation into a super PAC is a profit.
Oh,
he's not going to leave however many hundreds of millions or billions he has to make $400,000 a year as the president for 4 to 8 years. He's a businessman. He's not an idiot. He doesn't give a damn about this country. He didn't get where he is giving a damn about this country. So the idea that he's doing this for noble reasons is preposterous. He's doing this to profit and to disrupt, and he's going to do both. And he's already done both.
No, you're fine.
So it doesn't matter if it's Bernie or if it's Hillary. The Democrats have this regardless.
That's a very valid argument. I could see that. I totally agree that if Trump runs as an independent, that's it for the GOP party. Yeah, you're right. The Democratic Party would definitely win.
And my bigger theory at large is that the split that we've been seeing occur in the Republican Party for the last 12 to 16 years, with the Libertarian Party rising, with the Tea Party rising, is going to actually kill the Republican Party as we know it as a whole, and that it will cease to be within the next probably 8 to 12 years. They won't make it in on this election. I'm doubtful to make it in on the next one unless the Democratic candidate from this election is just an egregious screw-up, which I doubt will happen. I mean, no candidate other than George W. Bush has really been that bad in history. George Sr. was acceptable. Clinton was pretty good. Obama's been, whatever he is, but he hasn't been terrible. So I genuinely believe this will be the death of the Republican Party, and that we'll see something else kind of rise up the same way we saw the Democratic Republicans rise up from the Whigs, the same way we saw the Republican Party rise up in the Civil War. I think we're going to see a new party come out of all of this just because
He was there to find out what South Church wanted, so we're doing a show.
Just because it's, necessity. I think the party's dead.
That's interesting. Yeah. What is changing gears here? Who do you have for the Super Bowl here later on, Chris?
I am a son of the South, first and foremost, so I'm going to have to go with the Panthers on this one. Also, Cam Newton and Auburn boy. I prefer that. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not a big NFL guy. I mostly watch college, but we'll see how it goes. I'm mostly doing this because
you asked me who I had in the Super Bowl. I said, well, I've got Carolina and Denver. Who you got?
Yeah.
Thought maybe he has teams I didn't know about.
Well, just like Trump, he knows some guys you don't know.
I got my pick. I got Miami, Cincinnati.
I'd like to watch that.
AFC title game.
He's like Trump. He's got some teams we don't know about. He's going to get them in there, and
good management.
They got good management. They're going to deal with good management.
I got Don Shula.
No, people know about Don Shula. We don't know this guy.
I got Lombardi.
So hopefully that kind of enlightened you a little bit as to my thoughts on this campaign
I like
trail.
that. No, Chris, I think I got to interview you sometime. Are you? I'm sure you're available via Facebook, Twitter, and all that. You've got all those. I'll have to get connected with you.
My Facebook is on my dad's. I'm Christopher King, and my Twitter is Chris Bolin DDR.
Okay, I'll make sure. Yeah, I'll follow you and I'll friend you, and that way, I'd love to get you one-on-one here and talk some more politics on a future episode too. That's fascinating.
Well, anytime, yeah. Anytime you want to get me on there, I would love to do that. I have a lot of thoughts about what's going on in the world today, and I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I just think I can see a work when I see one.
Yeah, that was gonna lead to my next question. What did you think of Jesse Ventura? Did you ever watch his show, Conspiracy Theory?
Yeah, I think Jesse knows what his market is. I mean, I don't think that Jesse's that crazy and hackneyed as that show made him out to be. I think that True TV offered him some money, and he said, yeah, okay, we'll do it. So I think that's more or less the long and the short of it. I think that he probably believes to some level some of that. I mean, I think we all have that part of us. He goes, well, that might be true. I mean, maybe there was a second shooter with Kennedy. Maybe,
Well,
maybe...
he did have to wear a chicken suit at the end of the Jerry Lawler, Jimmy Hart, Jesse Ventura. Loser had to wear the San Diego chicken suit.
Huh.
And he said, Lawler, you'll never see me wear a chicken suit. Well, about a week later, we saw him in a chicken suit.
You can see where my knowledge base and my father's diverges a little bit here, but I think that he kind of preyed on that market. And I think
the governor of goddamn Minnesota wore chicken suits.
And I think that now that he's trying to kind of get back into being a serious politician or a political figure, a political pundit, I think that show is going to kind of haunt him.
Well, he needs to wear a chicken suit.
I think it's hard to kind of go back to being a guy who's taken seriously when you're insisting that aliens abducted somebody or that everything was an assassination attempt. I only saw a couple of episodes, but I got the basic tone of the show. And it was one of those paranoid, they're all out to get you shows. So I do like that he hates Chris Kyle because I think Chris Kyle is a useless prick. Not that I have anything against snipers or against the military or anything like that. He was just known to be a compulsive liar, and I hate that people remember him as a hero when he was a compulsive liar. Most of the stuff has been disproven time and time again by credible sources, including people in his own units, and yet still, you're against the America if you bring that up. So
I never saw that movie they made about him, the American Sniper.
Yeah, I didn't see the movie, but I've read enough of the book, and I've read enough of the stories that refute his, and the confirmation of the people who were saying, I was in this unit, I was in this situation with him, this didn't happen this way, he didn't do this. And then if you get into this fact that he's a Cornette-level racist, and that he's just, he was a pretty terrible human being. And I'm sorry for his wife and kids. I mean, they probably don't want to hear that or know that, but he's still a rotten person. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, the way he died with the shooting was just a freak accident. That was just so weird. It was bizarre, weird timing too.
Yeah, it's one of you hand a guy who's that mentally unstable a gun. I mean, I get that it's therapeutic, I get that it's a release, and I get that it's kind of getting them back into it. But I think you're taking a risk. If you hand anybody with any mental illness, even if it's something like PTSD, and you're putting yourself in that position, I think you have to have some level of acceptance for what could happen. And that's the guy who got shot because he gave, I think, an 8-year-old girl a MAC-10 at a shooting range and teaching her how to shoot. I mean, you put a gun in the hands of people in those situations, it'll probably turn out well. It normally does, but there has to be that bug in the back of your head saying that it might not. And
no, that's true.
I think that.
Let me ask you about what about Sarah Palin's son with claiming PTSD, and that's why he kind of went over. What was your thoughts on that? Did you follow any of that story?
I heard quite a bit about it. Yeah, I read up on it. Track Palin, I believe was his name. I think that he probably does have PTSD. I think that that's a horrible shame. I think PTSD is one of the worst disabilities that the person can have. Yeah. And I think that it goes to show that we should not take military action so lightly as we do in this country. I think that I'm an independent. I think that it gets lost a lot in what I say because I sound like a liberal, but I try to be rational. And I think that we take military service way too lightly in this country. And I think that we tend to try to glorify soldiers far past what we should, to the point where it makes them inhuman. I'm not saying they don't deserve credit. They certainly do. They put their lives on the line every day, and they deserve respect and credit for that. But I think when you say over and over again, they're heroes, they're heroes, they're heroes, they're heroes, they're heroes, they're heroes, that elicits Superman, that elicits Batman, that elicits the Flash, that elicits the X-Men. It makes you think of them as being something more than human beings. And even though they might have a different skill set and a different history and different training, they're still a human being. And, if you take a life, that weighs on you. Unless you're a sociopath, and we could get into that discussion later.
Yeah.
But hang on, I'm doing something, all right? But do you want to talk?
No. If I say something, I told him I'm going to get killed if I say something.
No, not at all.
But I believe
talking about the military, I really should say
she did my wife did a report in college, basically, that was analyzing the hero myth within the military and what it means.
I'd love to. We got to have her here on the show to talk about that. That could be a whole video blog in itself.
Anytime, she'd love to discuss it. She's a very intelligent person. She's not trying to discredit anybody, but she's saying, what is the cost of this? That's
she's no Kenny Bolin, but she's smart.
And that's what I'm trying to get into. Is when you attribute superhuman qualities to a human being and you put them into situations that no human being should be in.
Yeah.
There's going to be a cost to that. And, Track Palin is probably a decent guy underneath all of this.
Yeah.
But when you put somebody in that position where they're not sleeping, they're not getting decent nutrition, they're in an alien environment, it's a hostile alien environment, they're doing things that human beings are not hardwired to do. They're seeing things that we're not hardwired to see or to want to see. That's going to have a cost on anybody. And, you can blame Obama for that. He kept them in a conflict zone. You could blame Bush for that. He kept them in a conflict zone. You could blame anybody who put them into that position. And there isn't really a successful treatment path for PTSD yet. It's not fully understood. We know that it exists. We know what it does, but we don't know how to fix it. And I think that she was looking for something to glorify her position, just like any politician would. And that seemed like the easiest place to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I seem like I'm kind of breezing in and out. There's a lot of people talking around me.
All right. Is everybody starting to show up now? How many people are you guys expecting tonight?
I honestly don't know. I got a call last night telling me this was even happening, so I don't really know the full details of it yet. But to answer your question, I think that he probably does legitimately have PTSD, and I believe that he probably exploded on his wife, and I feel terrible for that poor woman. She should probably leave him if she can't handle that. Yeah. I know it's sickness and in health, but you don't expect that when you take those vows.
He exploded on his wife.
Well, Chris, let me ask you, what can we expect with some upcoming podcast shows with the Bolin Alley? What do you guys have going on in the works right now?
We are supposed to have Vince Russo on, who I am a very big fan and supporter of. I get a lot of flack for that.
We air in 1 week.
We air with Russo in 1 week?
Yeah, he posted it today.
Fantastic. I feel like he gets a lot of unnecessary flack. I think that a lot of people who used to hate him because Cornette told them to are kind of starting to see maybe Cornette's a terrible human being, which I've been saying for, 18 years.
We covered this earlier, but Marco Corleone waved the white flag today, and Jimmy accepted the flag.
Corleone tapped out. Poor Marco. But I could go on and on about the whole religion and politics and all that, and believe me, my views are wildly different from Cornette's, if that'll help to explain anything. But get me back on the show and we'll have a good talk about it. No wrestling. We'll avoid that.
I think what we should do is we should have you, Chris, versus Jim Cornette in the Great Debate Part 2, the sequel.
Cornette won't debate me. He refuses. The thing is, and my dad is guilty of this, and so is Cornette, they don't want to do any research. They want to say things emphatically, and they want you to believe them. They try to give you the Nazi propaganda. Damn it, Muslims are bad. Well, give me evidence of that. Atheists are good. Well, history says something vastly to the contrary. No, you aren't capable of reading. There's a difference.
If it's on video, I'll watch it.
Chris, I think we need to have you stand up against Cornette for making those alleged Kroger meat scam allegations against your father. You can come to his defense.
I will leave with saying that it was a meat opportunity, and we can sign off on that. It was really good talking to you, Tarryn. Anytime you want to have me on, just let me know.
I will. I'm going to send you a Facebook friend request and follow you on Twitter as soon as we get done with the call here.
That sounds fantastic, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Chris. We'll talk to you soon, man.
Talk to you then. Bye-bye. I'm going to hand the headphones back to my dad now.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. We've got Kenny back on.
Oh, yeah. Hell, it's time for me to go back to the bathroom now. That thing went on forever. Oh, it's political nonsense. Who did he say he's going to win? Bernie?
I think Bernie Sanders is his guy, it sounds like.
What was Madoff's first name? Wasn't it Bernie?
You're right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Those Bernies are good. I've got that show recorded too. I've been watching OJ and Madoff. I have recorded, but I have not watched it all yet. And the face eating pit bull is here just kissing people after. It's all a big setup. you kiss a face for like 2 or 3 years in a row, and then one day you eat one. And we're just waiting for that day.
Oh,
He's a sweet little baby. What other questions you got?
Kenny,
I hate to condense the.
I know you got to get going here. A few more questions I had. Let's plug some station IDs here. How about the Bolin Alley? How can people tune in on the podcast show with y'all on the Bolin Alley? How can they find it?
Well, the easiest way is to go to bolinalley.com. Plus, if you follow Harry Barnett on Twitter or Facebook, he's always got links. We're on iTunes too, aren't we, Chris? Yeah, we are. Chris shrugs his shoulders. It's one of the things he does best. He learned it from a friend of his, but yeah, iTunes, the Bolin Alley .com, Harry Barnett, and we normally film we go live. We don't film. We do a live call-in show the first Wednesday of every month at 5 p.m. So that's the easiest way to keep up with the Bolin Alley. And then they're all free. We don't do like Cornet and charge people after it airs for a week. Come on, listen to it anytime. Hell, I make enough money off y'all's merchandise sales. I don't have to charge you $15 a month to hear my damn show.
How can
people... unless you want to?
Well, how can they reach you via the headphones you were mentioning earlier in the show too?
The easiest way is to contact me on Facebook or Twitter. I prefer Facebook.
Okay.
But some people just have Twitter accounts and do not have Facebook.
Right. Exactly.
All you got to do is contact me. Tell me what your interests are. As a matter of fact, you will see Tarryn if you have the video version of any of Tarryn's podcasts. What he's wearing today are the Beats by Bolin headphones. He's got the lime green. And Christopher just brought in a 55-gallon drum of nacho chips, and we hope that'll get us the party. Good Lord. And he's got enough dip here that we could probably fill the Ohio River with it. And it looks like he stole some hot sauce from Qdoba when they weren't looking, because that's a used bottle. Yeah, he stole that from a table as he was exiting the building, is what he did. And I hope that God that ain't the queso dip they said. All right, whatever. All right, so there we go.
Let's plug the book too, Kenny. I probably screwed you too. The Mostly True Stories of Kenny Starmaker Bolin. How can they get a copy of that?
You can get the autograph versions through me on Facebook or Twitter.
Okay.
Those are $29.95 shipped to your door. And if you want to spend a little less, then, hell, some people are misers. I am. But if you don't give a shit that it's signed, you can get it from Amazon, I think, for $17.98. I just recently had them lower the price for people that wanted a more economic version to get the book. And plus, it's on Kindle for $9.99. Now, me personally, you dropped your phone, son. Me personally, I like to have an autographed hard copy of somebody's book if I'm a fan of theirs and know theirs. I mean, do I want George Carlin's signed book, or do I want to read it on Kindle for a third the price? Well, I, like George Carlin, eventually one day might die. And when I die, that book might be worth a little bit more if it's signed. So that might be the one you want to get. But it don't matter to me, whatever suits your needs. Go to Amazon.com or reach me on Facebook. And many people have. During tax season especially, the sales are starting to shoot back up again now that people have a little bit more expendable income. And so you can get the headphones. You can get my new Beats pill. You can get my GoView cameras, or they called GoPro. Maya, you all have the camera. What's it called? The GoPro camera. And that's those little mini cameras you can put to your head.
Right.
They can tape you skateboarding, swimming. They're waterproof. They're shockproof. Jump out of planes with a damn thing. I don't know why anybody jumps out of a perfectly good plane, but some people do. And but contact me on Facebook. It's /StarMaker Bolin, and the same thing on Twitter.
Okay. I don't know if you could hear me earlier when Chris was talking when he had the headphones. I was telling him that we got to get the Great Debate Part 2, the sequel with you versus Jim Cornette with Jerry Jarrett as the moderator.
I don't know if Chris answered this correctly or not, but instead of Jarrett being the moderator who shafted me last time and declared me the winner the day after the show, well, that did a lot damn good. We are having talks with, tell me what you think of this. Great Debate 2, who was the better manager? And I think I'm well armed for my debate. And people are going to say, well, how the hell can Kenny compare with Jimmy Cornette? Kenny was never on national TV. Believe me. I think I'm well armed in this debate, and I think if people hear me, they will agree with why I am 10 times better than Cornette ever hoped to be. And the moderator, and this was my son's idea, and I shot it down at first. And then the more I think about it, I think he might see things my way and make me the winner. The sinister minister, James Mitchell, what would you think of him being the moderator for Great Debate 2? What would you think of that?
I think that would go viral.
I think if we put it to a vote, and if the fans say this is what we want, it will definitely happen.
Oh, we got to make it happen. We got to do it. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Now, do you just run your own podcast? Do you run any others, or what do you got going? I like you better than Harry. I might fire Harry today. And we'll just have you do our show. You sound crystal clear. Can you take live call-ins?
I can, yes. I do everything.
Now, Maya, now, little Mio over here, she's got a fascination with Harry for some reason, and she does have a vote in this. So I don't know. It's going to take a unanimous decision, but I think Betters, 2 Cal, and Choco will vote my way. Betters says, "Let me out. I ain't voting." Hi, Choco. Oh.
Conscientious objector.
But do you run any other podcast or just your own?
Yeah, this is the only one that I do. This is the only one I really devote time to.
How much is that microphone you got? You got a good-looking microphone on your desk there. What's a piece of equipment like that sets you back?
Yeah, this thing right here is $60. Stevie Richards told me to get this one on Amazon.
Richards recommended you to them?
He recommended this
one. I like Stevie. Stevie's a good friend of the Bolins.
I remember you said that. Yeah, he told me to get this.
We wined him and dined him one night. We took him out for Pizza Hut. He didn't have to pay, so as far as he was concerned, he was wined and dined.
Oh my goodness! Have you guys?
Do tell Stevie that Kenny and Chris Bolin said hello. He's a good guy.
I'm gonna see him this week at DDP Yoga. You know, I live right down the street from the Performance Center. Seriously,
he's gonna see him at DDP Yoga this weekend.
I live
right. Tell DDP, tell DDP we said hello as well.
I will.
And that I didn't bury his yoga too bad. Yeah, he did a 2-hour show with us on the Bolin Alley about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, I'll have to look that up.
It was probably the highest rated bowling alley we ever did.
Awesome, nice.
I was told at one point it had over 500,000 downloads, and hell, that was 2 or 3 years ago.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a lot of downloads.
Oh wow.
When we normally average about 20 to 30,000, give or take.
Yeah.
500,000 shitload of downloads.
That's unreal. Wow.
Of course, that's some good. Now we get one of those or two. The Prince is opening. We got enough dip over here to feed Louisville, not Southern Indiana because we ain't giving them shit, but parts of Southern Tennessee.
Huh.
Northern Tennessee. Well, now if Memphis wants to come up, they can have some dip too. And that's a good looking thing there. Mio found her phone. That's a terrible thing because she hadn't made eye contact with me since she got here. She's holding a BWO hat and ain't looking at nobody.
Oh man.
I know.
We could have. I was going to say
ahead.
we could have her do the station ID plug for the GoTarryn. You're watching GoTarryn TV with her hat on.
Why don't we? You want to have her do a video plug for you with her wearing the BWO hat?
I could do that. Yeah, while we're talking right now, I could do that and record her doing that. That'd be perfect.
Okay, Mio, put your hat on. You're getting ready to go live across the world here.
I'm on.
You're not. You're gonna put your hat on.
I'm on.
Put your goddamn hat on.
Okay, everybody, so there you have it. That was Kenny, Starmaker Bolin, and of course the Prince, Chris. They're getting ready for their party here tonight, and I want to thank them for joining us all the way from Louisville, Kentucky for the very first time here on GoTarryn TV, and we're definitely going to be seeing more of both of them in the very near future. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, watching today's episode number 430. When you get an opportunity, check out some of the information that they're doing, and also, again, check out their podcast, Bolin Alley, when you get the opportunity as well. And I want to thank everyone else out there for watching. If this is your very first time watching GoTarryn TV, then I encourage you to check out the website link right there at the bottom of your screen, www.gotarryn.tv. Bookmark that as a favorite to your web browser today and tell 2 people about the website as well. Also, when you get the opportunity, please make sure to like GoTarryn on Facebook, subscribe to GoTarryn on YouTube, follow GoTarryn on Twitter, and that way you will stay connected with yours truly, Tarryn the Traveling Trainer of GoTarryn Personal Training, who always tells each and every one of you that it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we'll see you on the next video blog. Bye-bye.